Okay, so in my opinion, one of the things that is going to separate creators on YouTube moving forward is not their fancy editing, not the kind of content they create or the niche that they're in, but ultimately it will be your authenticity and your ability to connect with your viewers on a personal and emotional level, which is what is going to be the next big trend that you'll start to see on YouTube, I think within the next 6 months. And so today I want to talk about my 3 tips for talking to the camera with authenticity. And we're going to jump right into it. The first one, I think when we talk about authenticity, it really means what? Connecting with the person that you're speaking to, in this case, the camera, as if they are a real person and you're having a one-on-one conversation. And so the biggest thing for me in having a video feel authentic is less editing. And so for this video, I'll demonstrate that exactly because this will be a full video without any edits, with no cuts, with no on-screen graphics, with no music. And why did I decide to do that? Well, it's because that I feel like when we have a conversation with someone, there's no music playing in the background, right? They don't cut away to some B-roll while we're talking to them. If we want to connect with someone on an intimate basis, like we're doing right now, it means that we leave in all of the nuances of our conversation, the things that make us human, right? The breathing, the pauses that we might take in between sentences to collect our thoughts, the ums and the ahs. And that really makes us human. And in a time where so many videos online are being generated using AI tools, whether that be AI script writing, whether that be AI automation with regards to editing, whether that be AI voiceover, the one thing that AI can't replicate is our ability to connect with people on an emotional level as human beings. And so not having any editing means that you see exactly who you are getting. There's no fancy cuts or where people take out mistakes, right? Because I know we all make them, but when you leave them in, even if they're just small ones, that could make the difference between you being a real person and you being some kind of fake. I don't know, right? Because we all make mistakes, we all say the wrong things, and that's okay. That's what makes us human, and that's what gets us to connect with each other. So aside from having no edits, the second big tip I think in creating authenticity with your audience is to have good audio. And if there's one thing about a production that producing a video really entails that you can do that isn't noticed immediately, it is increasing your audio quality. Because as humans, when we have a conversation, we're used to hearing people the way we do in real life, right? So the second you speak into a microphone, specifically one that enhances your voice in some way that doesn't sound completely natural, then you're breaking that feeling of having a conversation with someone, right? And this is especially true with creators that use certain types of microphones that give them they might enhance the bass in their voice and give them what some people refer to as the DJ sound, right? Or if you're adding a bunch of extra compression onto your audio track to give you that radio sound. And never mind the fact that you start to address your audience as if you were a TV or radio personality instead of having a conversation with them, but it gives you that false sense of talking into a microphone. When I have a conversation with my best friends, we're not all talking into mics so that we can hear each other or so that other people can hear us later. We're just hanging around. We're sitting around having a conversation unobstructed by anything in our faces. And so I think that in this age of YouTube where we have microphones in our shots all the time, that moving that microphone away out of your shot, but still having a better, clear understanding of how audio works so that you can capture it with natural details, that will help you gain that feeling of authenticity with your viewers. And the third tip, and I think this is the biggest one, because this is more of a performance tip, and it's not going to be the one that you hear all the time, right? The one you hear all the time when it comes to talking to a camera is pretend that the camera is a person you know, so that you're replicating that feeling of having a conversation. And that just doesn't make any sense because obviously we're talking to a camera. It's hard to physically envision someone that's there instead of looking directly at the lens. And so I'm going to take that one step further. And instead of thinking about having a conversation with someone you know, like the camera is someone you know, a specific person, I think the real goal is to pretend that you are telling a person a super exciting secret. Now think about it for a moment, right? This does a couple things. One, if we know something that no one else knows that we want to share, aren't we naturally excited to tell other people? And from what I've gathered with YouTube and people being camera shy and having problems on camera, one of those problems is low energy or lacking excitement. And so if we think about having some kind of exciting secret that only we know, that we want to tell our best friends, that automatically brings out the excitement in our voice, right? Think about it right now. My mood is definitely shifted. I am smiling. I am excited to tell you what I want to tell you as if you've never heard this before. The second thing that pretending to tell a secret does is it changes the way we use our voice. One of the other problems I think I see on YouTube all the time is that when we get in front of a camera, we have this posture and we have this presenter voice where we feel like we need to teach a lesson or instruct something or have this formality. Sometimes we sit behind a table. Sometimes we talk directly into a microphone, and we have that feeling of being presentational. What happens is when you think about telling someone a secret, it relaxes you. It lets you let down that guard, right? Because when you tell someone a secret, you don't tell. You get in close, right? You're not projecting a loud voice into their ear. You're like, hey, come here, I got to tell you something, and this is what that is. And when you do that, naturally you speak in a different way because you're not presenting material. It's not like you're doing a public speaking presentation in high school where you have notes, right? And so bringing in that feeling of telling a secret is like, hey, I got something to tell you right now. And moreover, this is the biggest, and I think this is the biggest part. When you tell someone a secret, you tell someone a secret, you don't tell everyone a secret. And if there's one thing that you can focus on when it comes to having authenticity in your videos is to treat your viewer as an individual, someone you are having a conversation with, and no one else matters. And it's only you and that one other person. So when we tell secrets to people, we tell them one at a time. We don't gather a whole group of people around and be like, hey, everybody, come here. I got to tell all of you this one thing at the same time. No, we go to each person individually and have an individual conversation. And just that idea that you and I are having a conversation and it doesn't matter how many people or how few people are going to watch this video, when you make your viewer feel like that they're connecting with you one-on-one, that's when you really got them. That's when you really connect. And that's when they see your level of authenticity and honesty come out. And I mean, I think in a day and age of AI, you are going to see a massive shift into this realm. And the creators that jump on board first, that practice this sense of authenticity, that are able to prepare material to speak about for any X amount of length of time without having to refer to a bunch of notes, minimizing the amount of edits, the ones who sound like they are right next to you having a conversation, the ones who can address the camera with excitement and a tone of voice that feels personal and individualized, those are the ones that are going to rise to the cream of the top, rise to the top in the next 6 months to a year on YouTube. And hopefully that person is you. So I hope these tips help you in your content creation. Definitely try these tricks in your next video that you shoot. And if they work out, let me know down in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk again real soon.